Hello, it's Tony again, and it's time for another travelogue, and it's myself giving you my little travel guide of Blanford. And here I am on the River Stour, which is just behind me, in the wonderful little market town of Blanford Forum. Now, Blanford Forum was in the Domesday Book, and the forum part actually comes from an Old English word, and it means market. And you can't find more market than a gunmaker.
Take me across the lake tonight, carry me through the stars. One last breath between us, gently falling peace. Shooting star to follow along the distant shore. The ghosts come calling, singing distant songs.
Okay, won't be going there then.
Dances remain nameless.
And just in case you get lost,
Pass by.
that's my chair. Well, here I am in a pub called The Crown, and it is a hole and wood house pub because the brewery's just up the road. And it's sort of their most prestigious pub. So I quite like it because it's got the nice leather chairs and there's a certain ambience. Flashy word, that, ambience. Now, these are lacrosse sticks, and the reason I put this in is purely because I used to play lacrosse years ago. Although, to be honest with you, these are girls' lacrosse sticks.
Behind, and still we are waiting for a song.
And this, believe it or not, is the Hall and Woodhouse Brewery from a distance.
Sweet angel,
And this is fishing attire, Dorset style.
angel, hide.
And if you're a fisherman, you'll notice that the fishermen are quite active here. And as we were seeing earlier on today, there's a lot of trout in the rivers. So if you're a trout fisherman, this must be heaven for you.
Till the sun rises again. Saw down the sorcerer, twined as a vine upon a tree.
And I must be honest, if you're going to see me down here, you'll find me more likely at the river than you will in the town.
Sweet angel.
And you have to remember, I come from Manchester, where if I ever saw a river, it was probably from the sewage pipe. So this is rather impressive, and why I spend most of my time here.
Story will be whispered like a candle.
Now, the river at the moment is looking spectacularly beautiful because all the lilies are starting to grow, although they're not actually flowering at the moment, so we're a little bit early. But it's a wonderful sight, and luckily it must have been a good summer because the six swans are just down in the town.
In the night, no one knows who turned out alive.
I hope he knows where he's going.
And who are you, sweet angel? To dance away in the summer's night.
And the River Stour flows into town through a lovely 6-archway bridge.
What makes you think I like bridges?
Take me across the lake tonight. Carry me.
The town was once described as the most complete Georgian town in the UK. I don't know, because I don't understand Georgian architecture, but who's to say they're wrong?
Through the stars, one last breath between us, gently falling.
Just like our front room.
Shooting star to follow
Well, maybe not.
along the distance.
Now, the first week of May, they have a great Georgian fair here where everybody dresses up in Georgian gear. And they close the high street off. And you can go up and down the high street and you can enjoy all the wares, the Georgian wares. It's actually, we've been down for a day. It gets very crowded, but it's good fun.
And this is the church you see from everywhere.
Singing
Quite literally.
songs for you. Dances remain nameless, all ghosts that pass us by, but still we are waiting for a sign.
There's loads of little nooks and crannies to find.
Stories, shadows
That's if you're prepared to do the walking.
behind, and still we are waiting for a song.
In 1731, the town actually burnt down. There was a fire that started in a pub up the road, and it literally did wipe out 90% of the town. However, the good people of Blanford Forum, together with some money that came from the king at the time and donations, meant that they could rebuild the town. And they rebuilt the town with two local architects who designed it. And they were known as the Bastards. Well, that's the phrase I'm going to use anyway. So there were two brothers called the Bastards who built Blanford Forum. Now, as well as those two gentlemen, the area is represented by an MP called Simon Hoare. So, and I have to do this, it was built by bastards and it's represented by a whore. You couldn't make it up really, could you?
And just to prove the point, John and William. Still, you can always go to the river.
Sweet angel that falls,
Or a pub.
sweet angel, hide till the sun rises again.
And Blanford Museum is actually very worth a visit, although it was shut when we turned up.
Sorcerer
And of course, if you want any more information, there's always the Tourist Information Centre.
on the tree. Sweet angel.
In 1756, there was a road built between Dorchester and Salisbury, and Blanford Forum was roughly in the middle. So they used to stay overnight here and then continue the journey. So it was probably one of the very first Trust House 40s.
Ride with me. Story will be whispered like a candle in
Oh, did I say it was free to get in the museum?
no.
Well, here's something that astounded me about Blanford Forum, and that is the fact that it did very well out of wool spinning, button making, and brewing. Who'd have thought those three would go together?
And just to prove it, here's a Christmas shop in the middle of June. There are quite a few charity shops here as well.
Who are you, sweet angel?
I'm saying nothing.
To dance.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our little soiree through Blanford Forum. It's a nice little town. You can probably spend half a day, maybe a bit longer if you like the river walks, because there is a lovely walk right round. You can follow the river store and come all the way back round into town. But if you're passing it by, don't pass it by. take a little detour and come and say hello.
And don't forget the river. You know, Thomas Hardy wrote many books about Dorset, and I can understand why now. Is the other one the famous five as well? Whatever. I can see where they got their inspiration from.
Take me across the lake tonight, carry me through the stars. One last breath between us, gently falling peace. Shooting star to follow along a distant shore. The ghosts come calling, singing distant songs for you. Dances remain nameless, all ghosts that pass us by, but still we are waiting, waiting for a sign.
Well, that's it, Blanford Forum. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next time.
Tales and the stories
Hey up, he sat down again.
shadows,
Oh Lord, this could go wrong. Don't fall in.
and still we are waiting, waiting for.
Hi, it's Tony, and thank you for watching the videos. And if you've been joining us from the beginning to the end, you've probably seen 4 or 5 videos before you get here. But this is sort of the end of the journey for those who have been following us that way. If you're watching this for the first time, you're wondering what I'm talking about. We did this as an advert on YouTube, so somebody could have followed us all the way to the end here. And then, although we say it's the end, it's not really the end, because we're giving you 2 final links to go to. One of them is to our YouTube site, which hopefully by now you've become a subscriber. And the other one is to our website, where you can go and find out more information about us. And also you can go and find a page where you can actually help us a little bit by buying a song or contributing for a song. We've not put a price on the song. We've left that up to you to decide what you want to pay for it. And of course you could go to the YouTube and you can start looking at a whole bunch of other videos that we have there as well. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the journey, and we'll see you somewhere down the road.